Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Of course, it's Wednesday, new release day here on the channel. Today, for this episode, we're going to take a look at the brand new album from a very noteworthy prog band from Sweden. This is either their 16th studio album, if you don't count Roy Stoltz's The Flower King album, which was one of his solo albums. He then took the name of that solo album, made the band The Flower Kings. Look at You Now is the latest one. So again, it's either 16 or 17, depending on how you count it. Either way, a lot of freaking albums, right? Inside Out Music. Of course, they've been with Inside Out for quite a while. This is only a single album, boys and girls. Yeah, not a double album, as we normally seem to get from these guys. And of course, this follows their 2022 album By Royal Decree. They've been busy of late, right? We have By Royal Decree 2022, Islands in 2020, Waiting for Miracles 2019. There was a kind of a gap there, right? You had Desolation Rose was the last one in 2013. So like a bunch of years in between, but then since like right before COVID, quite a lot of output from these guys. And of course, lots of changing parts and members and things like that over the years. Roy Stoltz, of course, is the one constant there, leader and founder of the band on vocals and guitars. And so let's take a look. I love the artwork. I mean, this is just a glorious looking digipack here. Tell you what I don't like, though, and this, as soon as I took the shrink wrap off of this was exactly how it came. So you'll notice Inside Out likes to do these whole, you have this kind of like little pocket where you put the booklet. Well, this was broken, ripped right from the get-go. You see that right there, folks? So, of course, this thing now is going to flop and fly out all over the place, as opposed to having the slot in here where it would just slide in. Instead, they like to do these things. 9 times out of 10, these things break. It's just too flimsy to hold a big booklet like this. It just doesn't work, right? So here we got some photographs there, more great artwork. Artwork is terrific, love it. And then the booklet, also well done, right? You got full lyrics, photos of the band, as we'll see coming up, right? Some cool live shots, more lyrics, and of course, information on who plays what here. So, who plays what? Hold on. Where was that page? Is it on here? And it says on the back Star, but I want to get. I know that I could have sworn there was a page that said who plays everything on there. Yeah, here we go. I found it. So we've got Roy Stoltz, of course, on vocals, guitars, keyboards, percussion, plays a little bit of everything. You got Hasse Froberg, long-time member of the band, on vocals. He and Roy share the vocals here. You got Michael Stoltz on bass, vocals, keyboards, and a little bit of guitar. It's still weird to me that Jonas Reingold is no longer in the Flower Kings, right? It's weird to me. He was such a important member of this band for so long, and I get it, He's got his own band, Car Mechanic. He plays and tours a lot with Steve Hackett. I get it. He's a busy guy. He's in demand. It's just no disrespect to Michael at all, because he's a fine musician, but it's just weird that Jonas is no longer in this band. Mirko De Meo on drums, percussion, a little bit of keyboards. Terrific drummer. We love him in the band. And then additional guys who help out here. You got Hasse Brunison on percussion. He has been in and out of the band for quite a while. Lale Larsen on a little bit of synthesizer. Janneke Lund backing vocals. Mariana Semina on vocals. And Jorgen Salde on nylon string guitar. Produced by Roy Stoltz. Backing tracks recorded at Phoenix Recording Studios in Varnhem. Engineered by Lars Hallback. Album mixed by Roy Stoltz. Artwork by Joey JLO Magneto Tessier. Layout by Thomas Erwahard. So, and photos by Peter Thermenius and Lillian Forsberg. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to attempt to put this back in here, right? This is one of those bands that I have long been into, pretty much from the beginning. I have all their albums. I have gone through periods where I've really loved their music, and I have gone through periods where I'm very indifferent to their music. And I think what it is that there is, from album to album to album in this band's catalog, there are no bad albums at all. This is high quality, very melodic, modern day progressive rock. It's got a Swedish sound to it. I always like Royna's vocals. I like Hasse's vocals. I love his guitar playing. The keyboard playing is great. They have kind of, though, burnt me out in more recent years on these big epic productions, to the point where I'm just like, I'm worn out. I'm burnt out on 15, 20-minute songs from them and double albums. And again, the albums are really good. I can't really say anything bad about them. I think as I'm getting older, my attention span for what this band puts out has lessened quite a bit. So I was pleased to see that this album was a single album with mostly shorter songs, other than Look at You Now, which is 12 minutes long, which finishes up the record. Everything here is 4 to 5 minutes long or thereabouts, right? I thought that was really good, right? Cool. So you got 13 tracks in total. It's enjoyable. I'm not loving it, though. And I think, it starts off really good. You got Beginner's Eyes, very yes-sounding, right? Great flighty synthesizers and keyboards, and, Royna's guitar playing and soloing is all over this album. Great player. I really like him. Yeah, even though I'm not 100% behind the tone he always uses, I still think I love his lines. It's very melodic, very memorable soloing, a lot of emotion in him. I like that, especially on Stronghold. He does like an extended solo on there. That's one of the other longer tracks, just under 7 minutes long. Wonderful song. Great guitar playing, kind of bluesy, very emotional. I want to hear more of that. Really good. You got a couple tracks on here that are really mellow and just kind of like drift along, like Father Sky and Day for Peace. They're good, they're pleasant, they're kind of uplifting, but they just don't do a lot for me. It's almost like I want these guys to rock a little bit more. There's no like riffs, like memorable. It's like if you're coming to the Flower Kings for guitar solos, you're gonna get a lot there. But I like riffs too. And I'm waiting for like some cool guitar riffs, or like let's hear a little Hammond or something, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. And I don't get a lot of that here, unfortunately. Dr. Ribideau, that's kind of cool. Mother Earth, I like. The Season's End track is really good. The Light in Your Eyes, that's kind of uplifting. There's a kind of like modern day Yes thing going on here, where it's like these are kind of really happy songs. They're very bright and positive songs. I'm missing something, though. I'm missing something, and I don't really know what it is. And I found that I have been experiencing this with the last handful of Flower Kings records. I don't dislike them by any means. I play them, and I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. And then I'm like, after I listen to it like 3 times, 4 times, I'm like, do I ever go back to them? Not really. And I find like, there was something about some of the earlier Flower Kings albums that made me want to go back to them. But although I'm finding even some of those, I'm kind of like, I don't really listen to much anymore. It's kind of like a similar thing I have with lots of those really kind of bright and uplifting and happy power metal bands, right? Just after a while, maybe I like a little bit of darkness in my music. Maybe that's part of what it is. I know Louis Nasser always says that to me as well. And I think I'm very similar. It's like I want to hear some a little bit more darker atmospheric stuff. And when it's constantly like uplifting and happy, it loses me after a while. So I don't know. That's just the way I'm feeling with this. It's like I'm a few listens into it already, and like I said, I don't dislike it. I can't really say anything negative about it because the playing is great. The vocals are well done. The songs, there's lots of melody here. There's not enough that's grabbing me and pulling me in. And it's, again, to me, it's going to be one of those Flower Kings albums that I'm going to rate fairly high. I'm not really saying anything bad about, but 3 months from now, will I be listening to this? Not really. I want to, but I don't, because I'm like, there's those hooks that just aren't happening for me. But what's here is very good. So I will say this. It's probably a me thing. If you are a fan of the Flower Kings and you have liked their last bunch of albums, or you're just a fan of their whole catalog, you're going to really enjoy this. There's nothing bad here. There's just all the elements that you normally get from this band, and maybe that's what part of it is too. There's no surprises here. It's just like, it seems like we've had so many Flower Kings albums, and album after album after album after album. To me, it just it's starting to sound so similar to each other that I can't distinguish any of the songs from this album, from the last album, from the one before that, from the one before that. They're all really good. When I'm listening to them, I'm kind of like, yeah, this is good, right? but I don't get much further than that, unfortunately. So let us know what you think. If you're, like I said, if you're a big fan, you're going to love this. If you've never been quite sold on the Flower Kings before, this will not change your mind. All right? And if you're someone who's like me, who has been kind of like, I've followed this band for a long time, but you just have had a hard time getting into them for a decade or more, you're probably going to feel the same way about this as I am. Look at You Now is really well done. There's some good songs on here. There's great playing on here. Is it a great album? I don't think so. At least not for me. Some people might think that. It's a very fine album, for sure. But I think that my relationship with this band has just taken a weird turn in recent years. That I'll say great things about them. I respect them. I can even enjoy their music. But there was a time where I loved this band and loved their music, and I'm not there anymore. And I kind of feel sad about that. So don't let me deter you. This is really good. I can't give this more than 3.5 out of 5 star. And I'm giving it 3.5 because it is so well done, meticulously created, and the musicianship is top notch. There's nothing bad to say about it. To me, this is not going to be something that I'm going to be listening to 6 months from now. I want to, and I might still attempt to because I do that with all their albums. But it's just, I don't know. It's just I'm just at a different place with the Flower Kings. So let us know what you think if you've heard it. See, that booklet's already coming out. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out. I highly urge you that you do. All right, and visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, you got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page for all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility gear and shirts and hoodies and hats and caps and all that good stuff. And we have the link to our Cameo page also down below in the video description, so you can go and get a personalized video from myself. So thanks in advance for everything, guys, and we'll see you soon here with more. We got more stuff coming up today, so stay tuned. Hope to get the new Alice Cooper review for you here as well. So see you soon. Bye-bye.